Hello and welcome to Baby Steps in Create Studio 3, Part 30, Kinetic Typography. I'm Tony at Tony's Tutorials and we're on version 3.4.3 of Create Studio 3. First of all, I would like to say thank you to Ruben for requesting this video. He's one of my subscribers to my channel, so thank you for that. I really do appreciate you subscribing to my channel, and I hope this video is going to be useful to you. Right, first of all, we're going to do the first tutorial of the 3 tutorials that we're supposed to be doing for the samples that are at the beginning of this video. So this is the first one, so we're going to go to the new project tabs, one of them, it don't matter which one we do. We're going to left click on it and it opens up the canvas for us. Then if we go over to the left hand side, you'll find the text here with the capital A and the little a there. And what we're going to do is going to left mouse click, hold, and drag it to the center of the canvas like that. Then what we need to do next is get to a corner and drag it across to resize it like that, and that should be enough. And then what I need to do next is to get it in the middle of the canvas, is go to this icon here, which is 2 vertical lines with a rounded rectangle in the middle of them. Okay, you click on that with the left mouse button and it puts it in the center of the screen. Right, next what I want to do is change the text to what I want it to be. So I'm going to click on the text box and this white flashing line comes up. Then what I need to do is click left button and drag across to the beginning of the text, and then I'm going to change it to what I want, which is happy birthday. Like that, and put an exclamation mark at the end. Alright, so now I've done that, what I also want to do is change the properties. Add a border, so I just scroll down on this by clicking the left mouse button, holding while it was on the scroll bar and dragging downwards with the mouse. Right, so we go on the border, so left click the border, click on the width and drag across, and then change it to 5, and then click enter for that. Then I want to do color, change the color to white right up the top there. I want the color white for a good reason, you'll find out in a bit. Right, so that's okay, we've done that. Next what I'm going to do is I'm going to go onto this element on the timeline, and at the back end, if you go on the back end, it changes the cursor to 2 arrows facing opposite each other, and I'm going to left click on the mouse button and you'll be able to drag it across to wherever you want it to. So 10 is what I want, so we've done that. Next what we're going to do is add a motion to this text area. So I'm just going to go over to the right hand top corner where you got 3 different tabs, and we want the middle tab, which is the motion tab, and then we're going to go for position right on in, make sure it's on in. Right, and then we're going to go to letter, reverse, click all those, make sure that they are actually clicked. Right, if they're not clicked they'll be like the others there. Right, so then we go to advanced and we're going to go to rotation, drag across the 0 and put minus 180. Right, then click enter, then you can come off that. And now what I'm going to do is, as you can see the animations at the front there for that motion, I want to drag that across to 2. Now we've done that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the other end where 8 is there like that, and what I want to do is use this scroll bar at the bottom. I'm going to left click on it and drag it across so we can see what's happening. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another motion in, the motion there, and I want an out motion. Right, I'm going to do another position motion, but I'm going to do bottom because I want it to drop off at the end like that down the bottom. Right, but I want to put the same letter and the same reverse and the same advanced setting as well, which is on the rotation put minus 180, and you'll see why when I've done it. I need to make sure I press enter, and then let's change the length of that by clicking on the edge of the animation and dragging it across to the left towards the number 8, where that is there. I just moved a bit too far. That's it. Right, now let's get back to the beginning of the video. So I'll just click left on here, this one here with the left mouse button, and we'll just play that just to show you what's actually happening. Okay, let's make sure it's working right. You see that looked nice. It flipped over from being upside down to the right way for happy birthday, and then it's flipping down, going down that way, like that, sliding down. Right, so that was good. That's what I wanted. Next I want to create another of the same thing, so I'm going to use duplicate to duplicate it. Right, duplicate it, and what I want to do is I want to take off the beginning and the end, so I'm going to cut there, and I'll go to the other end and cut there. Right, then I'll click on that one and right click and delete animation, right click, delete, then go to this one, right click, delete animation, right click, delete, and that we got one happy birthday there. And what I want to do is click on it, go to color up here, click on that, and then underneath the colors there's the opacity, and I want to take that right down to 0. Right, now I've done that. I want to do a duplicate of that before I do anything else to it, so let's duplicate that. Right, so we've got 2 there. So the first one I need to add an animation to it, so let's add position and easing as linear. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that to 1.5 on here, roughly like that. And then on this side I want to go to there and probably do a different animation at the end. So what I'm going to do with this one is add animation here, linear, and properties going to be scale. Right, and I'm going to take the other end to the end there, or nearly, not quite. I'm just going to keep it off a bit. Right, and I'm going to do the same with this one beneath. So I want to do the same sort of thing with this one beneath. I'm going to get to this end and go add animation, position, linear. Alright, and I'm going to make that exactly the same length as that one. And I'm going to go over to this one here where the same as that is, add animation, linear, properties, scale. Right, and I'm going to put that scale there. Right, so it's going to be basically the same thing. Right, so with the first one, the top one, I'm going to do is for position is I'm going to just push upwards. As you see, that will come up like that. We want to put that there. Right, okay, so that's that particular one. Right, then we go over to this side, we go there, and then we go to scale, we take it right down. Right, now on the second one we go to this first one here and we drag downwards like that. Okay, there, and then we go to this one over here and we get the scale and drag that to 0. Right, so now if we go back to the beginning, let's just play that and see how it goes. And that is your first Kinetic Typography that I did. So that's how you do that one. What you can do now is, once you've done that, you can group them all together, and that's the first one done. Okay. Okay, let's get on to tutorial 2 of Kinetic Typography, and we're going to go to one of the new project tabs and left click on it with the mouse button, and then we're going to go over to the left side to the text box and click on it, hold and drag it onto the canvas. And what we're going to do is we're going to place it at the bottom area, and what I need to do is change the scale to 200. Alright, so we'll do that and press enter, and then we're going to make it so it's average in the middle there. I'm going to left click on the actual text box so I can change the text by using left mouse button and dragging across to cover it so that it's selected like that. And I'm going to change it to congratulations. Okay, and then put a exclamation mark on as well. Right, so that's pretty good. So what I want to do now is I want to duplicate it for starters. Let's duplicate it. Then I'm going to put this to one side a second, and I want to add a motion to this one. I'm going to add a motion to that one. So I want to add in motion of top. Now there you go, that's done there. That's that. Okay, that's fine. Now I'm going to move the end of the bottom one, so I'm on the end of the element there, and it changes to the arrows facing opposite each other. Then I'm left click on the mouse and drag across to 6.5. Do that for that one. Now with this one I'm going to duplicate these 3 more times. So duplicate that, 1, 2, 3. Right, we've got 4 of them. We've got that one there, and this one here I want to get on here. I want to fade that out from there, so I'm going to motion for the bottom one, motion. I'm going to fade it out, click out, fade out. Right, now I want that fade out there, about there. Right, now I'm going to do that, and I want these to be at the same sort of length. Right, so I ain't going to worry about it too much at the moment. I want the top one of these. I'm going to use the top one of them as the next one from that one. Right, and what I want to do is I'm going to add a animation by clicking on the add animation here. Add position, scale and opacity. Easing I want to be linear. Right, so I've done that. As you can see, there's the keyframe there. The first keyframe's right on the edge, and that's the second keyframe. So what I'm going to do is go to the second keyframe, click on that and drag up slightly like that. So all I did was left click on it and drag up. Right, and I'm dragging up, so I've just got a little gap between them like that. Now while that's still got that blue colour on the keyframe, I need to change the scale down about 15 less, so 185, and I want to change the opacity down by 15, so that's 85. Right, and I click on there. Right, now I'm going to the next one down. Right, and I'm going to do the same with that one, but I'm going to drag it further up after. So add animation, linear, properties, position, scale and opacity. right? So we go in, oops, I've got it on the wrong one, I've got it on the first one. So delete that animation, go down here, onto number 2, that's where it should have gone, but there you go. Click add animation, position, scale and opacity, easing, linear. Always make sure it's on the right one. If it doesn't, all you have to do is delete the end bit if it's come on the end of that one, and then you'll be alright. Then I'm going to click on the second keyframe, then I'm going to click on the main one that it was on before and drag upwards. It ain't done it. I mean, click there, and click on there, and then drag, left click and drags. Make sure you don't click too hard, or as you get what I just got was it just sort of clicked on it as if I wanted to change the actual text then, but I didn't do it on purpose. But there you go. Anyway, now I've got to take 30 off 200, which is 170. Okay, click that. Then I want to take 30 off 100, which is 70, like that. So that's just changing that a bit. I can adjust this down a bit because it's a bit too high. So it's just above the G there. I'm just checking with the G. I could move it across a little bit because that's a bit inward there, so that'll be okay. Right. And then the next one down, we go further. There we go. We need to put that at the beginning. Add animation again, linear, properties, position, scale, opacity, and then click on the second one. Left click and up, like that. That's about right. And we need this one to be 55, don't we? 155. That's yeah. And that's got to be 55 on the opacity there. Right, so we can just adjust this back down a little bit because that's a bit too high up. Maybe across a little bit. There you go. That looks pretty good. Actually, I could move it up a little bit. That up a little bit. Up a bit more, probably. Oh, that's fine. Right, so that's okay. And the last one here, I'm going to do the same with this one. So we've got that. That's going nicely like that. Now I need to do add animation again. Position, scale and opacity. And easing linear. Right, go on to the second keyframe again, click on here and drag up to there ish, and what was that, 155, so it's got to be 140, and that's got to be enter. Then we've got to go 40 on opacity, 40, like that. Now we can drag this down a little bit. Right, now what we need to do is from the top, we're going to just check where we are with everything. Wait a minute, let's just go down a little touch. There we are. Now the first one here, that is going to be the next one, which is going to have a motion out, fade out. And we only want it to be a bit, so we're going to knock it in half, like, whoops. I need to drag it across, so wait for it to have the arrows facing opposite each other and then drag to about there. About half a second really, like the first one, you know, so drag that a little bit more that way, so that's matching up with that. Then the next one, I want that one bringing in a bit. And do the same with that one. There, so I'm going to do a fade out with that one. Fade out. Whoops. And just bring that one in a bit like that. Now we're going to move this one in a bit and fade that one out. Motion out and move that way a bit, and then the last one, bring that one right in there and go to about there. Motion, fade out, and then just bring that in a bit more like that. Right, so now let's just have a look at that, see how that goes from the beginning. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, you can make it go faster if you want to by cutting it down a lot. Let's just cut this down there to about there, and cut that one down to about there. If you wanted to, and just put that one to about there. What is that? That's a bit too close on it. Can do that. Let's just see how that looks now. Might look a bit better. Yeah, that's it. I mean, you could either fade out a bit quicker if you wanted to as well. So let's put the fade out a bit smaller. Like this. And just bring that in to that one. And bring that into that one. According to what you fancy, really. I mean, if it looks better faster than slower, do it faster. You know, it's down to you. What your preference is, really. Whatever your preference is for you, it's you need to do. Alright, so let's just see how that looks. There you go. Congratulations. There you go. So that's the second one of the tutorials, and I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been pretty reasonable, really. Once you've done all that, you can just select them all, select all of them, and make them into one group. I mean, there is a Control I to select, so you can select all of them, and you can group like that, and put the name of the actual typography name you want to call it, you know, like shades or something like that. You could do that, couldn't you? But that's your second tutorial. We'll go on to the third one in a moment. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed that one. Okay, so now let's get on to the third of the 3 tutorials on kinetic typography. And what we're going to do is go back onto a new project, left click, and we're going to use the plus button this time. And as you can see, the top one there is text, so all you need to do is just click on that and it'll come up with a text box on this scene. All I need to do is click on it, and I'm just going to drag it across with the mouse, left mouse button, and I need to click on it again with the left mouse button inside the text, and then I'm going to use the left mouse button and drag across to select all the text that is in there, and I'm going to change it to kinetic typography. I need to put enter here to get on the next, and then next line, and put typography in there. Right, and now what I want to do is change the alignment to right side like that. As well as that though, there is a thing with this. I'm going to make it bigger like that. If you can see it, right, at the moment it looks like that. So if I want to do a motion like I'm going to do, which I'll show you, this motion, I'm going to do position right, so it's going to come in from the left towards the right, as you can see, like this, right? But I want it to come as letters, and I want the kinetic to come up at the same time as typography. The problem is, with it being one sentence together, it will not do it that way. What will happen is this, I'll show you. Letter, reverse, advanced settings, rotation. I'm going to select that and I'm going to do minus 180. So I want it to do a flip as it comes in, and I press enter when I put the thingy on there, and I'm just going to drag the actual the animation along to 2 seconds rather than 1, because it'll be a bit faster that way. I'm just going to drag that across there as well. Right, so let's just play this and show you what happens. As you can see, the typography comes before the kinetic, and I want the both to come together, right? So if I want to do that, I'll have to duplicate it, right? Because obviously it'll be 2 separate words then, right? So what I need to do is get the one at the bottom, and I'll move that, click on that one and take it. Oh dear, I'm going to hide that one first, and go to the top one, click on it, and what I need to do is click, go across typography and delete it, like that, right? Then on the bottom one, which you've hidden already, so I'll hide the top one instead. I'll click on the top one, hide, and then click on the bottom one, show. Right, and I did right click for hiding and showing. Right, so I want to click on typography at the beginning, and I'm just going to use the back button to get rid of all the kinetic. Right, so now we've got them both. I'm going to show the kinetic by right clicking again on the thing, and as you can see, there they are, both together. Right, so what I need to do is click on the kinetic, drag it up, put it there, put that there, and bring this across there so it looks about right, like that. Right, so now when we play this, you'll see the difference. Okay, I know it's only a little bit of a difference, but it is a difference, right? So that's what we've done first. So now we've done that, I am going to give it a second or so, and then on that, after that second, I just want to start by adding an animation, fill only solid colors, and easing linear, right? And I'm just going to make across there a little bit and put that on 4. And make sure it's on linear, yes, right, and properties expel, yeah, so that's on 4 there, and that's on 3 there, right? I'm going to do the same with that other one beneath it, so I'll just click on that one, add animation, fill, and easing is linear, and I'm just going to drag this one across to there. Now with the first one, the top one, I'm going to do the second keyframe, and I'm going to change the color to red, like that. Make sure it's on there, like that, red, and on that one it should be white. Yeah, it's white and red. Okay, this one it's going to be white, and that one's going to be red in a minute. Right, so I'll do red on that one, red. Right, so let's go back and see, make sure they're both working. Yeah. Then I'm going to give it a minute or a second, sorry, and then I'm going to change it again. So I'm going to do add animation, linear, properties, fill, and that's going to go on the same with the other one. So click on that one. In a minute, wait a minute, let's go there. Right, add animation, fill, easing, linear. Right, now here we're going to just go back over here. I'm going to take that further over there slightly, and that one's going to be underneath it, exactly the same place if possible. Now I wanted to click on there and change that to white, and click on that one and change that one to white. Okay, right, so them are okay. So like that, so they change red and then they change white. Might need to change them again, but at the moment I'm just going to leave them at that for now, and I'm selecting both of them so I can group them. And I'm going to change the group by right clicking and renaming as Kinetic Group. I'll just call it Kinetic Group. That's the first part of it. Right, so we go there, and then just as it's about to change here in a minute, that's where we want to be. So that's going to, from there, I want to click on it there, add animation, click on that element. Not clicking on the element for some reason, I don't know why it's not doing that. Should be. I don't know why it wasn't clicking on the element then, but it should have done. Linear, and I want to do position, scale and rotation. So I'm going to move that to exactly on the 4 there. Right, so then with this one I want to click it there. I'm going to take it to anti-clockwise position of 90 degrees, and I want to bring it down a bit smaller, bring it over this way, right, like that. Okay, that looks okay, doesn't it? I think so, yeah. Right, and then what I want to do when it goes to there, I want this other text box to be there, and I want to put on it so just drag one on. I'm just left clicking and selecting the text again and putting making your text look brighter, like that, and that's going to be aligned to the left, right, like that. And I want to put that down here like so. I mean, I could make it a bit smaller like that. Okay, and in the book, can't do that. Make it smaller like that. Okay, that'll do. So that should go, and then when that goes to there, I need that to come in a little bit earlier than that, because it's got to get to there. So we go about there, and then we do come in from the left. So motion for this one is left. Let's have a look, see what happens there, see if that does right. I'm going to go across, come across here, and that's coming in. Just as that's coming in, bang. Maybe go this way a little bit more, like that. Let's just check that, see how that looks. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Now, actually, now that's got to that stage, when that changes there, I need to change this one to red, because that one's going to change to red next. Right, so when it goes there, that's changing from there, there. So I need to add animation for this one. easing, linear and properties fill only, and I want to take that all the way to there. So on there, that's going to be red. So change that one to red. So as you can see what will happen then, so we go start off there, work our way around there. That's it. When that one goes there, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to stretch that over to the end of that for the moment, like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that to them. So select that as a group. Right now that is the rename, right click button to rename it, greater text group. Okay, greater text group. So we do that, and that's it. It's selected now. Right, so we can play that from the beginning. Let's go to where we've got to go. That's going across that way. Then that's going to change. So we need to change that from there, and then from there we want to click on here, add animation, position, scale and rotation, easing, linear. What we're going to do is we're going to take that across to the 06 there and click on that. Then we're going to take this clockwise round like that. We're going to bring it up like that, right? We can bring it out a little bit, bring it up like that. Okay, then what we want to do is add the next piece of the puzzle, which is the last part, which is a text part. Then we're going to do making, no, not that, for all your business requirements. All your business requirements, and we want that left aligned like that. So, and then I'm just going to bring it down to here like this, and obviously that's got a bit more space there, so I'm just going to drag that out a little bit like that. What I'm going to do with this one is I've got to add a border to this one. I want to add a border to it. Now I'm going to click on the border, right, and add 5 to the width and change the color to white. Top there, white. Okay. And once I've done that, get off that, and I'll need to duplicate that one. So duplicate on the top one. I'm going to click on the color, and I'm going to take away the opacity to 0. So it's just the it's just going to be the border for the top one of it. And the bottom one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from here. Once we've got all that, we need to move that in a bit. I'll move that into there, that one into there as well. Right, and we're going to get that coming in from the left first of all. So let's just take that off first. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to put the motion on first. So we want the motion to be in, left, and it come in there. Right, so we do that. Then we're going to duplicate it, sorry. I need to duplicate it next. Remove that left off there, top one, because I don't need it on that bit. Right, so I just need to cut that there in a minute. So just click on the top one, cut, remove, delete animation, remove that. Oops, I've done it wrong. That's me being silly. Click off that, click on that, duplicate, delete. And what we're going to do now is, because we got it like that, that's going to come in like that. It's a bit too early actually. I need to push it back a little bit, so we just pull that way a bit, and pull that this way a bit. There, like that. That's about right. Let's just do that and check. It's close, I need to do it a bit more back slightly. Let's do that. Maybe a bit further back, so I'll go that way a little bit. Let's go back a bit there, more with that. Let's just try that, let's see how that looks. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so we do that. Now, with the bottom one, I want to go for a second like that. Then I'm going to, this bottom one, I want to add animation, and what I want to do is linear and properties, opacity. Right, now it ain't opacity, it's colour, fill colour, and I want to take it out to about halfway, and I want to change that colour to light blue, and then at the end I want to add on the end, I want to fade out, fade out. Don't know how far that's going to go on there. Fade out. Right, that's about there. I'll just do that to there and then fade out. Right, that was like that. That goes to a blue. You can't see it because the other side's still on. I haven't took that off. I need to colour and take off the opacity on that one. And as you can see, when I do this, that should turn to the blue, and it hasn't, so I need to do that one. Click on that one and I colour to blue. Like that. What we're going to do across there like that. You can see it does that. Then here it'll be two like that, right? You see that? And I want to fade that out, not that far, so about there. And I'm going to fade this one out about a bit further on. Motion, out, fade, out. Just done that one. I want this one. Motion, fade out. Take that way, that bit. And this one I want to motion, fade out. Ain't doing. Oh, it's faded. Oh god, done a mistake there. Just get rid of that. Delete that animation. Go back on here. Out, fade out. Bring that across this way. Right, now let's just check this. That should be done then, hopefully. Let's go through. So hopefully I haven't done anything wrong. And that's it. That's pretty good, isn't it? I hope you enjoyed that anyway. That was pretty good. I like that one. So I hope this has been an enjoyable tutorial for you, and if so, please like and subscribe to Tony's Tutorials. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day. Thank you.